Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the video. Every year when December rolls around, there's always that one movie people dust off and watch. Sometimes with family, sometimes alone, and sometimes because nothing else captures the holiday feeling quite the same way. For a lot of people, that movie is Elf, the 2003 Christmas comedy that somehow manages to be both silly and sincere at the exact same time.
He hasn't figured out he's a human by now. I don't think he ever will.
Today, I'm diving into what makes Elf so timeless, how it works as both a family film and a comedy, and whether it still holds up more than 20 years after its release. Here's the setup. Directed by Jon Favreau, yes, the same guy who later kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man, Elf stars Will Ferrell as Buddy, a human who accidentally crawls into Santa's sack as a baby and gets raised by elves at the North Pole. It's a goofy premise, but it's delivered with such earnest charm that the audience buys into almost immediately.
Oh, hello. You're probably here about the story.
The film opens up with a warm, classic holiday style using claymation creatures and old-fashioned storybook narration to set the tone. It feels familiar, but still feels fresh, like a modern take on Rudolph specials from the 60s, right from the start. You know exactly what kind of movie you're getting: heartwarming, funny, and completely unafraid to be ridiculous. Will Ferrell as Buddy. Let's talk about Will Ferrell, because Elf simply doesn't work without him. His performance as Buddy is one of the most committed, enthusiastic pieces of physical comedy in modern holiday films. He plays Buddy with an almost childlike innocence, wide-eyed, excited, gently confused about the less magical parts of the real world. Ferrell never once seems embarrassed by the role, and that's part of what makes it so charming. When he eats spaghetti covered in syrup, or loudly announces, "I'm a con-hated any muggins," or screams Santa at the top of his lungs, all feels completely genuine. That kind of sincerity, it's rare in comedy today, where everything tends to lean into irony. Elf goes the opposite direction, and Ferrell sells it perfectly. Supporting cast is also stronger than it has any right to be for a movie about a grown man in yellow tights wandering around New York. James Caan plays Walter Hobbs, Buddy's biological father, and a cynical children's books publisher who finds Buddy more annoying than magical. Caan's natural toughness balances Ferrell's chaotic energy, creating an believable father-son tension. Zooey Deschanel plays Joey, Buddy's shy co-worker and eventual love interest. Her character is incredibly deep, but she adds a quiet sweetness to the film, and her singing voice helps deliver one of the most memorable musical moments. And of course, we can't forget Bob Newhart as Papa Elf, who brings a soothing, calm presence that helps around the early scenes at the North Pole. The humor in Elf is a balancing act of slapstick one-liners and innocent misunderstandings. Buddy doesn't behave like an adult, but the film never treats him as stupid, just sheltered. That distinction is important because it allows the comedies to stay wholesome without feeling condescending. Highlights include Buddy getting hit by a taxi and just popping back up, the infamous fight with the department store Santa, Buddy decorating the store overnight like a Christmas tornado, and him screaming in terror at a real world's coffee shop, world's best cup of coffee. What really sells these moments is the commitment. The movie doesn't wink at the audience. It lets Buddy's innocence clash with the real world in ways that are both funny and surprisingly touching. Here's the themes. At its heart, Elf is about belonging, family, and keeping a sense of wonder as you grow up. Buddy's journey isn't just about finding his father. It's about finding out where he fits. The movie uses Christmas cheer as a metaphor for that sense of connection. Believing in something bigger, being kind, and letting yourself have hope. It's not complicated, but simply isn't a bad thing here. In fact, it's part of why the movie aged so well. The movie is timeless and delivers in a way that doesn't feel preachy. Another strength of Elf is how New York City becomes almost a character in the film. The contrast between Buddy's bright magical world and gives city's impatience and gives the movie much of its humor. Seeing Buddy run around Manhattan smiling at strangers, eating gum off the subway railing, spinning in revolving doors. It's both funny and strangely relatable. We've all had moments where the adult world feels too cold, and Buddy reminds us what innocent looks like, while the movie still works. So how does Elf hold up today? Surprisingly well. Even though it was released in 2003, it doesn't feel overly tied to its era. The jokes aren't dated, the visuals are practical, and the emotions core is evergreen. The film avoids relying on early 2000 pop culture reference, which helps it stay relevant for younger viewers. Another reason it holds up is the sincerity. Modern holiday movies fall into two traps: being overly cynical or overly strictly. Elf walks the middle of the line, offering genuine emotion without losing its playfulness. Here's some criticisms. That said, the movie isn't perfect. Some people may find Buddy's personally overwhelming in the first half. A few jokes repeat themselves, and the romance between Buddy and Joey feels a bit thin, but these flaws are minor compared to the film's overall charms. Here's my final thoughts. In the end, Elf has earned its place as a modern Christmas classic. It's fun, heartfelt, and endlessly quotable. Whether you watch it every year or only remember it vaguely from childhood, the movie still packs enough warmth and humor to take even the most anti-holiday grunt smile. Thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie breakdowns. Also, comment down below. And remember, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.